Hi, and welcome to Turra Company, the mother-daughter podcast about everything. Our mission is to make herstory, aka history, not by going viral, but by doing something that has never been done before in our family. Whether we have 2 listeners or 2 million listeners, we are bringing you our very best, and hopefully we are learning and growing together in the process. Now let's enter into the Turra Company experience and create herstory, aka history together. Welcome to Turra Company.
With that long pause.
Stop saying that. It's not a long pause. Can you listen to the episode? Can you just, tomorrow, your homework assignment is, tomorrow when you're on your way to work, listen to the Turra Company episode, the latest episode, because I'm sick of you.
I be jamming on my way to work. I got prime.
You gonna jam to Turra?
Turra?
Wait a minute. How do you expect other people to listen if you're not even listening? I need you to get it together. Listen to it on the way. Just listen to it. It's only, you ain't even got to listen to the whole thing. Listen to the beginning. It'll crack you up because I'm telling you, when I edit it, I'll be cracking up. Anyway, hey, y'all. Hey, company.
Hi. Hello.
Chelsi's, I guess she's silent.
Hey. Okay.
All right, let's get into today's show because I think it's a good topic. I know this because I watch the stats. Like, I'm not as into the stats as I used to be because I used to be like consumed with them,
Yes.
needing to 100%. Know every minute of the day how many downloads. But now, and fun fact, I didn't even post it, but we hit a milestone recently. We are over 1,000 downloads. Yay!
Yeah, woo.
Do the clap. Okay, that's enough. Okay, I don't know what happened, but I guess you clapped for us.
I did, but it was the volume was loud, so I faded
What's
it
this
in.
sound? Oh,
It's our old opening. Okay, cool. Got it.
okay. Do the clap again. We gotta start using those. All of them have something. You can.
Can I?
I'll
You
take
told
it
me.
out.
You told me to hit the clap, so
Okay.
It's a very long-winded clap.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
quite
I
long.
It's a very long clap.
Nobody will ever know that because I'll take it out.
Okay.
I'll take it down. Y'all just don't understand
It's not that we don't understand.
the world of-
Come on.
the editing room. I didn't take out last episode when y'all said that or 2 episodes ago when y'all said that the editing room is in my bed. I want to address that real quick. I didn't take it out. I left it. Because I was like, you know what? I want to address it. Let's address it. Because sometimes I hear stuff. If you was listening to the episode, you would probably have stuff you want to address too. Because sometimes people be getting gully with you. Like Ariel be coming for you. And
Everyone comes for me.
No. No. So anyway, I don't know what's happening.
I feel a little low. It might turn me up in my headphones
Okay.
real quick. I feel a little low.
Okay.
Got it.
So anyway, I want to address that because yes, I do edit in my room sometimes while I'm relaxing in my bed, sometimes while I'm at my desk, which is in my room, but that is room for a testimony because right now I have to see it before I can be it. So my room is my editing room now, but eventually I'm going to have a whole studio within the editing room. Bam. Okay. Now we can get started.
Moving on.
So today's episode, like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted, when we do dating episodes, they are our most downloaded episodes. The one we did on Are You Dateable? That one did very well. The new interracial dating one that we did, that one was really good. And now, so we trying to give the people what they want. Obviously, y'all want to hear about dating. Now, I'm not a dater because I'm married, but I still have input. So, Chelsi, I'm going to let you take it away. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about dating in the world we live in today.
Oh, yes.
Not new age dating.
No.
So
Since
we got to
apparently
tell the people.
There's such an issue with using the word new age,
Well-
according to Mom. So
So
dating
listen,
in today.
that's why I'm here, because while we were in pre-production, these two were like, yeah, we're going to talk about new age. I was like, whoa, Well, because I remember when I was a kid coming up, New Age wasn't it wasn't where it was at.
And I think New Age and I think technology because
Same.
that's what,
And it might have flipped because it did say when I looked it up, because I had to bring the receipts, it did say like spiritual and religious, but it ain't Baptist or Kojic spiritual or religious. It was some other stuff. You don't want New Age. So we changed the topic because we don't want to be out there, because we done told y'all before, we as Christians, we love the Lord. So what is we talking about today? Modern
modern dating.
Let's go.
So the whole reason why I brought this topic up today, can't get my levels right today.
Not you coughing into the mic directly.
So the reason why I brought
Right.
this,
Is coughs appropriate now? Like we just keeping them in? Let me know.
Is it okay if I smack into the mic? real
Right.
quickly?
And be like, because
Should I go
for
get a
real,
glass of
let me go
water?
get some gum and put it in my mouth and crack it. Pop my gum.
Let me get a glass of water so y'all can hear
Ghetto
me
Girl
gulp.
Network. We changing the name to the podcast to Ghetto Girl Network.
Dang.
okay.
Anyways.
So the reason why I brought this topic up is because I've done an earth-shattering thing, according to everyone who I've told that's in my life. I have deleted all of my dating apps.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my gosh. Now, let me tell you. The
Ooh,
way...
you didn't hear nothing come from me. You know what you heard from me? Whew. I don't like
Sigh
them
of
day-
relief.
I don't like them day. I mean, even though Ariel has had hit or miss luck on them.
We'll get to that.
She doing good right now with her little.
We'll get to that. We'll talk about it. When
Oh,
it's
I
my
thought you
turn.
was gonna say y'all had broke up. I was like,
Wait, what?
You waited to the podcast to tell me?
No, what?
Because I was saying your little online dating has gone good. So I just I have mixed feelings about it. But anyway, sorry, Eric. Chelsi.
Yes. But the way now, the people in my life, a lot of the people in my life are in relationships. And who have been in kind of like long relationships. So they don't even, when I talk about dating apps with them, they don't even know how it works. So sometimes I like to play the game and just let them go through it, because it's like their little fun game. And I also call the people who I match with on these dating apps, I call them my little Tamagotchis, because it's honestly just a game to me. That's why I ended up deleting my apps, is because I just felt like I was getting to a point where I just wasn't taking it seriously. But
You weren't taking it seriously, they weren't
I
taking
wasn't
it?
taking it seriously because, I don't know, I just felt like because I've been on them for so long, I think it's a couple different things. It's because of the fact that I've been on them for so long, I'm seeing the same people who don't know what they want. And in reality, I don't even really know what I want, but it's just no one can get on the same page about everything. And then living in the city that we live in, half the people that you see on those apps are not here to stay. They're here just visiting for the weekend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
They trying to do it like a escort service?
living
without having to pay for it.
the favorite thing to say is what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, and baby, that's not the kind of show I'm running over here.
Right. Thank God.
That's
Whew.
not.
I get scared because you never know what's going to come out your mouth. So I'm glad that is what came out about that. Y'all just don't understand. There's a lot of prayer that goes on over here because the life that Chelsi lived, we done talked about it before, is not the life that I ever lived. So when I see her living this life, I'm just always in like, all I can do is pray because at some point you got to let them fly. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. So you're not trying to live that life.
So I'm not trying to.
So
live
let's stop you
that
right there
life.
because I have some questions.
Yes.
So you said that you've been on them a long time and what's coming through is not what you want. When you first started the apps, what did you want?
I think when I first originally got on them, I think I was looking for a relationship or not even necessarily like a relationship, but just like someone like to talk to and just kind of see where it went. Like my options.
Yeah,
were
you kind of.
open.
Yeah, that's what you look
Okay,
for.
I'm going to stop both of y'all right there. It literally is called a dating app.
Yeah.
So why are we looking
so
for people to talk to?
So you're looking for people to talk to date around,
Yeah.
to meet new people,
Yeah.
to go on dates and be like, okay, I like him. He's got some good ones, but then you go on another date.
But that's part of relationship, though. So you kind of were looking for a relationship, but you wasn't like, oh, if I match with this person and we do real good, I'm not trying to marry him tomorrow. But you did. I think you would want it to go into the deeper level, right? This ain't your question, Ariel. This is Chelsea's question.
I mean, yes.
So say you met the guy, like you matched with the guy. Y'all went out and stuff is going really, really good.
Right.
You saying that your intention is not to keep going forward with that?
It definitely is.
Okay.
But it because of the stigma that dating apps have, it's very hard to go in with that mentality and not knowing that you're the only person on this app with that mentality. So if you go into the app with that mentality, you're gonna get your heart broken. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. You are gonna have very high expectations that only you have on this app.
So why don't you go on ChristianMingle.com? You know what? I heard that's the worst one.
The worst one.
I heard that is the worst one because in the name of Jesus, they be trying to come.
Now I did try this one. It was about it was like, faith-based dating. And, maybe I'm just too much of a heathen, but
because
they was too, like, they was in the church, and I'm like, ooh, you're going to look at me and be like, yeah, let me
stop it.
Get some holy water.
I feel like that's probably where you would have met the one. Because they probably would have just, they was not talking what you was talking.
Well, and listen, I tell people all the time, yes, personality and everything like that is so important. But at the end of the day, I'm shallow.
And you want good looks?
And I want good looks. I'm thinking for the future for my children.
Oh, okay.
But
good looks is relevant.
Not only that, but them recessive genes.
Right. But I just, you gotta like, my face card never declines. So I need for your face card to never decline. So if you sometimes got to put things on layaway because your stuff has declined, or you got to wait for you to save up the money for you to make this purchase, then you can't be with me.
We talking about money?
No, we're talking about face.
No, I'm talking.
Okay. So like putting something on like,
I was like, what are we talking? I thought you were talking about money. I was like,
no.
Okay, so you talk about the face and what he looks like.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
This is so much. This show is stressing me out a little bit.
It's dating has come a long way.
And it should, but let me just tell you this. When you're out there, no matter how you do it, I would prefer you do it the old-fashioned way because, we all from different generations. And
well, you know what? And let's talk about it because, I'm so glad that we're actually doing this episode because I just recently, a couple weeks ago, showed Mom my dating profile. I showed her 2 of my dating profiles.
Yeah.
I showed her my Tinder profile and I showed her my Hinge profile.
That was probably the only 2 clean ones that she could show me,
wow.
I mean, they were all the same.
Oh, okay,
Okay. Like, I am in these streets, booty butt naked. Like,
I'm going to stop.
I have a little bit of decorum about myself.
I hope you have a lot of decorum.
Just a little bit.
How do you spell that? That's one of those words I always say, but I don't. How do you spell cool?
Probably cool.
COUTH.
Maybe.
That's what I envision. But anyway,
the first thing she says to me, first you said, "Do you have a full body picture?"
Because I don't know. That's important.
Then I showed you the profile, and you said, "Don't you think you should put that you plus size?"
Okay. I'm so glad you're talking about this because Chelsea,
feel like she should.
Hear me out. Hear me out, Mom.
Excuse me?
Hear me out.
No.
Hear me out, Mom. I see where you're going with this, but that doesn't have the outcome that you think it does.
Oh, okay.
Because here's what happens.
Because the world of fetishization has come such a long way.
Right. And that's what you were telling me.
Right.
I get it. When you said that day, I was like, oh, I never thought of it like that. So yeah.
Right.
I get it. I mean, we can't even say what your dad said one of the pictures looked like. Because remember, he said something all crazy.
He got real.
I would never taint our show with that.
Real gully.
With that language.
Real gully.
Tell me after the show because I don't know. I wasn't there.
I didn't tell
it was bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like then through time and being on these dating apps, you kind of go through a cycle, and everyone my age knows the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It's you're on it maybe for a good couple of months, 3-4 months, and you're meeting these people, you're going on dates, possibly you're doing what people do on dating apps, you're getting ghosted, you're reconnecting with people, and then you're like, you know what, I'm done. Because you get to I like to say you get
fatigue.
You get fatigued, and you also get in a slump about it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like social media. You know how sometimes you just be like,
sometimes you just got to take a break.
Yes.
So what you do is you're like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to come off. So then you come off for about maybe another like 3 or 4 months, maybe 2 months at that. And you're like, okay, I'm going to take a break. And you either delete your whole account or you just delete the app off your phone just so you can have like a little cleanse. Mm-hmm. And then one night you're just laying in bed and you're like, I'm a little lonely.
Or I'm a little bored.
I'm a little bored.
Right.
Let's re-download.
Just because you... Yeah.
Let's re-download these apps. And then the cycle starts again. And then once again, you're seeing the same person. You're seeing some new people. But then you just go back into the cycle and you're like, okay, you're going on dates. You're hanging out with people. You're getting ghosted. And you're like, okay. And you just go through this cycle.
But I was just thinking what just popped in my brain. Maybe you should, when you do your cleanse, maybe you should think about a hobby. Because maybe you can meet, like a hobby that boys and girls do.
Well, I told you I was getting that promo for the singles bowling league, which...
I told you, my mother met her first husband at a bowling alley. Listen, love connections is being made because it's so many men, right? Men love to bowl. That's number one. Number two, it ain't just about the dudes that's on your team. You got that whole 39, 42 lanes. Because you could be going to get you a soda pop, and then you see, he'll be like, hey.
Real question.
How you doing?
Real dumb question. Do you know a lot of 20-somethings that go to bowling?
You know what? Listen,
Ariel, you are being stereotypical right now.
You really are.
Genuinely asking.
No, you really are because
that's
you know
where
what?
people hang out.
I have a little bit of trauma from bowling. We're not gonna get into that, but I'm not a bowler.
But get on
actual bad trauma though.
No, get on a singles like. I forget what they call it, but there's a level where the people not really like pros like that. Like you'll have a good mix. And then people, you learn. That's how you learn to bowl.
Hey, and I hear all of that.
Tell her, y'all, write us. Tell her she should do it.
Okay, my only issue with that is number one, bowling. That's a very expensive hobby because then you gotta get shoes, you gotta get your bowling ball. The bowling
Amazon had the cheap
was
shoes.
$80. I can't listen,
but it'll last you forever.
And then it was every Wednesday for like two months. Listen, that's my Wednesday.
Especially in the wintertime because there's not a lot of stuff people can do in the wintertime.
Especially in Vegas because it do be good.
Right. So I'm saying that's where the men gonna come. Chelsi, have I ever steered you wrong?
If they would have had a little bit more of attractive advertising, once again, here we go with the looks.
Where was it though?
Caliber, it was here.
I'm saying, but where? What?
It didn't say. It didn't say.
Okay.
It never said like where we were. I think once you signed up, you probably
it's gonna come back up again because we talked.
I don't know. I think they didn't already started it because I haven't been in the last couple of weeks. I haven't been getting any promos.
Yeah, it's about that time for the winter leagues to start.
Yeah. I think it said like it would be doing it from November to what was it? I think it was October through November. I think it was October through November. So
then it's a new one.
Because I was getting it all September.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying, don't put it off the table.
Right.
I'm gonna say it one more time. My mama met her I remember, and she wasn't going there to meet anybody. She was going there to have a hobby.
Right.
And so she went there. I remember this. She probably gonna be like, "Why is you telling my business on your show?" Because it's my show and I can. So I remember us because I was young. I think I was like 12 years old, and so if she went, I went. And I forget what days. I want to say she used to bowl on Saturdays. But my mother bowled her whole life. But Saturdays was this particular league. And I remember, as I was just saying, Johnny, her ex-husband, he didn't even bowl on her team. Her friend that bowled on her team knew him and was like, yeah, I want you to meet my friend. She done brought him over. And they sat there. I was like, Mom, we got to go. Well, it must not have. It felt like it was a school night. I don't know what day it was. But I was like, Ma, we gotta
I feel
go.
like you used to say it was on Tuesdays.
Yeah, I don't know. It was some day of the week. And I was like, Ma, we got to go. She was like, shut up. And literally, she sat there and talked to him like for a long time. And then it's like he never left.
You said it's like, now, I would say what I would be more open to if it just was a little bit more predominant and if it wasn't an activity that took part in sketchy areas of Las Vegas, roller skating. That's one thing that is near and dear to my heart that I love
you can
to
make
do.
love connections there. What about Top Golf? What about
Top Golf?
Listen, honestly, for a while when I was scrolling through my apps, I was specifically looking for people who said they golf because I want to be a golfer girl. I do.
Golfing is
I want someone to say, especially that because of the fact I have a friend who her boyfriend was really into golfing, and her and her boyfriend used to go golfing all the time, and I was like, I want to golf
look into
boyfriend.
that.
Yeah,
Just look into a hobby. So while you're on your hiatus, start using your phone to look for hobbies that you can get into because you just need to find something where you can, because your industry is not so man,
it's very
right?
female dominant.
Yes. So what you got to do is think outside of the box. The dating apps ain't working, and that's fine. But you want to be in a place like if it was bowling, you see this dude all the time. Y'all getting a kick it, talking. Then y'all get to build a friendship, and then you get to see in the natural habitat. Woo, 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 woo. That was supposed to be my jungle sound.
Yeah, because it's just so hard because you try to go in with the benefit of the doubt that
that they not trying to scam you.
Well, that they just not trying to hook up with you,
right?
Because that is another thing that I just feel is so wrong with our generation. Hookup culture is so bad right now.
Yeah, but it's been.
I mean, I know it's. I mean, it's been a thing since the dawn of time. I don't put it past that.
Right.
But I don't know. But I think just because of the fact that, like how we've progressed with technology, that I just think it's just gotten worse and worse through time. Because, just one thing I do want to say. To all, if we have any male listeners, I feel like we probably do.
What are you talking about? If
I'm just saying,
everybody, dogs is even listening to us.
let's end the stigma of love bombing, please.
What is that?
Love bombing. Let me give you an example of love bombing.
Oh my gosh, Chelsi, please do.
Love bombing is pretty much let's like Andrew. Remember good old Andrew that I hung out with for like 2-3 days.
Right.
So I met this guy. How I met him was kind of crazy. He invited himself to go to the movies one day with me, Ariel, my uncle, his wife. And at the time, like when Ariel wasn't dating who she's dating now, like they were just like kind of going on dates. He invited himself to come to the movie with me. Had no communication. After he invited himself to come to the movie, did not talk about, the day of the movie, didn't say, okay, I'll meet you here. I'm here. Like, what time are you going to get here? Because we showed up to the movie kind of late. So we get to the theater. I go to the bathroom before like everyone else. But I told everyone, I was like, no, go inside. I'm just going to use the bathroom real quick. We walk into that theater, and that theater had assigned seats. Why do I see the man who invited himself to the movie at the theater sitting in the seat? I was like, oh my God. Why? First of all, why wouldn't you communicate that with me? That's a little weird. Communication is key. Second, like, what are you doing? So long story short, we were hanging out. We were clicking super well, was talking in the future, like, oh, when you meet my friends and things like that. It was going really well. We had plans to hang out. What happened, company?
You got ghosted?
Ghosted.
After how long? It was like 2 weeks?
It was like maybe like a week and a half.
Oh.
Ghosted.
Just not a trace.
Ghosted.
So I'm gonna give you some advice about that. The next time somebody be like all into you, just start curbing yourself. Like, so when a guy used to be into me, I ain't had that many. We didn't already talked about. I'm not gonna keep on saying this, but if people used to be like all into me, then I would be like, say for instance they call you, be like, what you doing? I'm busy. Let me call you back. Even if I wasn't, because sometimes it's about the chase, right? And if you would have did that, you would have had the upper hand. You always want to have the upper hand. That's the way I think of it.
I mean,
but Chelsi, I've seen you once somebody shows interest, no matter if they call you and they say, let's go here, you be going. And all I'm saying is when they call and say, let's go here, just be like, you know what? I'm busy.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But why do I have to change myself to seem
you don't
more
have to change yourself.
Because to me, that kind of is like, if I'm not doing anything, like, why do I have to play hard to get? Like, that is one thing I've just never really understood.
And you don't have to, but it is part of the game. I think. I think when, and this is a conversation we should have had the fourth mic today with Daddy, because I just think that we need a male perspective on this, because I can't answer the other side. But I'm going to tell you, when I used to be like all into a guy and acting like I was all into a guy, that's when he dogged me. And I'm not saying that you trying to dog him, and I'm not saying that you not being your true self, but I'm saying that kind of will let you know off the riff. I'm not saying you've been dating this guy 6 months and you still doing it. I'm saying in those early stages, because you would have weeded that out and you wouldn't have felt like nothing was given. Like you was given everything he said. You was like, if he said, come, let's go over here, you was like, bye. You like, it was times you ain't even really had no plans, but he would call and you would go. And that's what I'm saying. If you didn't really have no plans, when he called, you just be like, no, I'm busy. I ain't saying you gotta do it that way, but try it that way. This is from the Lady Mac handbook.
Lady Mac?
Yeah, because we don't want to do the man Mac. We want to do the Lady Mac. And I'm saying, it you don't always have to do it. But what I'm saying is that'll help you weed through these little dudes that's doing the, what you call it? What you call it? The love bombing. The love bombing, because something was going on. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if he was in, and then all of a sudden out. So if you would have been like, if he would have been in, so let's say he was like, oh, Chelsi, let's go here. And then you said, no, I'm busy. And then he don't call back. Then you know it wasn't meant to be anyway. And you ain't nothing lost, nothing gained. But if you keep going and going and then he cut you off, now you like, dang, what did I do? Listen, I'm telling you what I know. Nah, y'all can take this advice.
But at the end of the day, you're going to
find somebody.
I know, and listen, there's no doubt in my mind about that.
Yeah.
Let me just.
No doubt in my mind either.
Let me just put that out.
He's coming. I've been praying since she was a little girl. And it's going to be the right one. That's the thing. People think they got to date this person, that person. Listen, when it's the right one, it'll be the right one.
Yeah, when you know, you know.
Yeah, it ain't got to be like I always be saying I ain't date a lot. Listen, don't get it twisted, because I don't be tripping on that. I didn't want to date a lot. I did what I wanted. I did it how I wanted to do it. You don't have to date a million people. Or sometimes it depends on your personality. Some people want to do that. Some people want to get that experience. But I'm telling you, what makes you not date a person or not date as many people is when you find people in your everyday hangout surroundings, like work, school, hobbies. Not at the club. That's just not my particular place to find a dude. But, you know, because club, I feel like that's part 2 of the dating app, where they just want to hook up. Oh, I met her at the club. I want to hook up. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you mean.
Yeah. All right.
That's the whole start of a song. Took it to the club.
All right. Was that? Did you get it all out?
Yeah.
I don't have much on this one because I'm not dating, but we're going to kick it over to Ariel.
Okay.
Because like you have not had much luck. And make sure you're going to keep the company posted on your hobby when you get one and how it goes. Okay?
Will do.
So now how you haven't had much luck, Ariel she had a little luck. Tell them about it. I mean, you had to go through some busters, though. You had some busters.
So, like Chelsi was saying, dating apps, you kind of go through this cycle of you download the apps, then you delete them, and then you download them again because you're bored, and then you delete them, and all of those good things. I was on the apps, too. So, what got me...
Did you take yourself off?
Yes, I took myself off.
Well, I didn't know how that worked. Like,
I'll get to that.
I probably wouldn't take myself off until I was married. But...
Take a fucking
Because you're not married yet. You got to keep the options open.
So I have it's funny that you mentioned that. So the reason I even got on the dating apps in the first place is because I was in college and because I didn't know a lot of people. And I understand what you mean about meeting people at work and school and in your hobbies. I'm a little bit wary of that. And let me tell you why. It's not that I'm saying that I wouldn't if I weren't dating the person that I'm with now. If I did meet somebody at work or if I was in school or stuff like that, that's been fine. That's usually how I met people. Mm-hmm. But my problem is there's a new phrase that I've been introduced to and that I kind of keep in the back of my mind when I do start dating is you don't poop where you end. Like that.
But think about it. If I wouldn't have pooped where I ate,
we wouldn't have been here
right now.
So we wouldn't. What? So that's what I'm saying. Like I agree. To each their own, but take it with a grain of salt. So I was on the apps for a while, and then I would delete them, and then I would be back on the apps. There was probably a Chelsi 9-month period where I was on the apps, and I was telling you about how I hadn't opened it like maybe once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that was my thing. My thing was I was on them and I had the accounts, but I was never like super invested in them. Like towards the end, I was never really super invested. And like I've said before, I'm currently in a relationship, and I've been in a relationship. All right, yeah, all right, okay.
Hold on. I don't
her
pulling out the clap.
Listen, we didn't pay all this money for this equipment. We need to use it. We is not using it to its optimal performance level. So I just want to use the sounds today. Go ahead.
Mind you, company listeners, if you've been listening for a while, you know we did an episode on Are You Dateable? And if you remember what my answer was, you'll know.
Oh, yeah, we remember. But if you don't remember, go listen to the episode so you can hear her backpedaling.
If you don't remember, I said that I wasn't dateable because I said that I wasn't really looking for anything. And now
you said you wasn't dateable because you weren't open.
You weren't emotionally available.
I wasn't emotionally available.
Yeah, you was saying really out of pocket stuff.
I was a little bit out of pocket. Granted, that's
how the
turntables. Yeah, because now we are many, many months away from that, and I've been in a relationship for officially in a relationship for like a couple of months now.
Okay.
And the thing that I find interesting, specifically about how I met my dude, is that it wasn't the typical dating app conversation. And anyone who's been on dating apps knows kind of what I'm talking about. That, hey, hi, how's your day going? What's your favorite color?
Stupid small talk. Oh my God, what's your favorite color? How many siblings do you have? Oh my God.
What do you do for work?
Literally.
Even though it's clearly on my profile.
It makes me gouge my eyes out.
Basically, the same basic get to know you questions that people ask, right? That's not how this started. As a matter of fact, it literally started with, because it was on like Bumble, and if you know anything about Bumble, the girl has to message first and blah, 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 blah. So I was so just done and so just over the whole trying to find like a witty one-liner. I just started sending gifts. Like I would just send gifts to people and see what responses.
At first I was like, how did you have his address to send him a gift?
Like, I'm sorry, GIF, for you heathens that say it correctly.
Right, when you said gift, I just naturally was like, dang, you out here buying gifts right away for your Bumble people? But I get it.
See, I could go. Anyways, so I sent him a GIF, and he responded back with another GIF. And I don't remember what I said after that, but what I do remember is there was no like small talk over text. It was immediately like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. When are you available? And I was a little bit thrown off because I was like, huh? That's weird. Like, aren't you going to like try to get to know me first and see if I'm like worth the time or blah, 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 blah. Or do I want to get to know you first and see if you're worth my time kind of situation? And that's not how that went. So he was immediately like, hey, I want to take you out. Are you available this weekend? And I was like, you know what? Sure. So I said yes. We went out on a date on, I want to say it was like,
Oh, you gonna give us the unabridged version? You gonna tell us the whole?
No, I'm
life
not gonna
story?
tell you the whole story. Because the whole story doesn't matter. Just the dating app portion of the story matters.
Okay.
So he and I matched on like a Tuesday, and then we went out that Saturday, and we kind of hit it off. I went home and I was like, oh, that was pretty cool. It was nothing like super like, oh my gosh, I think I found my future husband. Blah blah. Nothing like that.
How could you know that after one day?
Because people get love bumped and start thinking crazy. But that's beside the point.
Because I fall in love real quick, but I don't show it. That's the difference. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was nothing like that. So
but I was gonna say, Ariel, I don't mean to cut you up, but I was gonna say your personality. I can see you meeting somebody. No, this is really honest truth because you're not very social.
Yeah. I know.
And so for a person who may not be that social, you would probably feel more comfortable doing the small talk or whatever talk you do via your device.
Yeah.
Where me, I don't want to do mine on the device because my personality shines in person. Not in person, but talking to me. You can hear my...
And you know what? I'm going to agree with that because I come off, and I think this is what hurts me too. I come off so boring over text.
Yeah.
I'm like, I one time was texting this dude and I was sitting next to my friend, or I was sending her screenshots about like what we were texting. And she's like, Chelsi, why do you sound so boring? I was like, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, but
like,
talking to you
it just
cool.
depends. I also got to say, men just need to do better when it comes to texting conversations.
No, I'm saying talking to you on the phone though, or FaceTime.
Yeah, I mean that
would
too.
be a party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So different avenues for different personalities. I think your personality is that of you could win somebody over in messaging, where Chelsi and even me, I can't do it over text. I couldn't do. I'm not going to say what I can't do, but I wouldn't prefer to do online because I want to see you. I have a keen sense of who you are, and I need to talk to you. I need to lay eyes on you. I need to because in about 1 hour, I'm going to know what's real because I'm going to have all this intuition going, and I listens to my intuition, and it's going to be feeding me stuff and saying, okay, he did this and he did that. I'm going to say one more thing because I'm not going to go. This is all I'm going to go. But we were watching Bling Empire, remember?
Yes, I do recall.
Ariel and I were working out and we were watching Bling Empire, and one of the girls there on the show went out on a date. It was a blind date. And she gets out on the date and, they having conversation. I don't know if it was a good conversation. And the check comes and he didn't immediately grab it. And it just sat there. And then finally she grabbed it and looked at it. And she was like, do you want me to help you with this? Now, let me tell you what a Turra would have did.
It just would have sat there.
No. It wouldn't have sat there because I'm bold. And that's what people don't get about me. I'm so bold.
I can't imagine what you would be like dating these days. My goodness.
I probably would get choked or something because I'm too bold, because I say whatever it is and I don't play with people. Whatever it is what it is, because guess what? I don't have nothing invested in you. So if we on the first date, it's a first date and it can go or it can come. It don't matter to me. So I would have picked up that check and been like, here you go. You got this? Because I don't pay. I would let him know right away. I don't pay for meals. If you going out on a date with me, because whoever set you up on the blind date, I apologize that they didn't tell you that. Because the Turra doesn't pay. I don't pay. I don't pay for dates. You ask me out, you better pay. That's just me. And I would have handed to him. Nah, if old boy would have been like, I ain't got it, or can you go half? I probably would have went half, but he would have never been with me because that ain't what I want. I ain't even settling for 1 second. I want the guy that's going to pick up the check and be like, I got this. And don't ask me about the tip either.
I have a funny story about checks and the tip. So in my dating app journey, there's a guy that I went out on a date with, and we went to go get sushi or something like that, right? And one of the biggest things for me is, as we've discussed, is I like math, right? And especially when it comes to like easy mental math. But he couldn't figure out the tip. So in a move to think that it was cool, he slides the tip, like the little like check booklet or whatever it's called, over to me. And he's like, oh, can you calculate the tip for me? And he's like, make sure you do 20%. That should have been a red flag to me that, you know, this dude wasn't gonna work out. But it was just the way he said it, because he was like, oh, you know, I've got so much money, just put whatever, like, kind of situation. I was like,
but he didn't ask you to pay it. Like, you told this story to me before.
Yeah, he didn't ask me
to pay. So what was the red flag?
The red flag was the attitude towards the money. So
yeah, you can be boisterous about your money to me. That just makes me fall in love that much faster.
Crazy.
Wild. Absolutely wild.
But you got to show me that you're going to spend it on me. Don't be having a whole bunch of money and be cheap and don't spend it on me. We already talked about this. I told y'all the 20 and the 2. Neil gave me the 20, kept the 2. Long as you show me you're going to keep that 2 and give me the 20, we can rock all day. But I got somebody. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. Anyways. But yeah, I'm
But you enjoying your life.
I am enjoying my life. So
you excited about your date?
Anyways, I was in the middle of a little bit of a story.
I know.
I wasn't finished.
But I just was trying to get it. Okay, go ahead.
That's fine. So I was saying all of that to say that we matched on a Tuesday, went out on a Saturday. And there was very little like actual like get to know you conversation in the middle, which was weird to me, which I wasn't used to. I wasn't very comfortable with. But I was like, I'll go out with this guy. And it ended up being like clearly, because I'm dating him now and like we're in a relationship now, it ended up working out for me because it pushed me out of that comfort zone of I have to talk to this person and I have to get to know them in person, which is good. So I do think that like the dating apps, I think they can work, like you said, based off of your personality. Yeah. And based on those kinds of things.
I'm not a fan, but to each day.
Listen, because I'm friends with all of the dating app success stories. About half of my friends are like, oh yeah, I met my boyfriend off a dating app. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I met my boyfriend off a dating app. And I'm like,
that's the new.
I'm like, yeah, because y'all keep getting all the good ones.
That's all, right. And let me tell you, the older you get, the guppies come out, baby. Anyway. So yeah. So you good?
It ended up working out. He's okay. He's pretty cool.
I mean, y'all still young, though.
Yeah. Listen. I feel like I always have to put a disclaimer about myself out there when we do these dating shows. Yeah. Listen, I ain't desperate. As we know, I don't need nobody. Yeah. I can do things by myself.
And I don't even take it like that. I don't think it's being taken like that.
Like, I
think people be rooting for you to get somebody.
Listen, we were rooting for you. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Okay? Right. I'm rooting for myself. I know the person.
You just want to be the right person.
I know, and I really do. Because listen,
to go through a bunch of
I can't. So whoever you are, once you just know you stuck. And I'm stuck. Like once we match, once we find each other, that twinkle. Oh baby, we in it for the long haul.
The like, twinkle, when you see the twinkle in their eye.
Not the twinkle. Not her saying the twinkle and not her trying to wink at me while she's doing it. Let me just give y'all that visual.
The twinkle in their eye. I don't know. I don't even know because I don't know what I saw in Daddy. I'm telling you,
we know what he saw in you.
What? What was it?
Remember?
Oh, right. That episode hasn't aired yet.
Dad was just trying to hook up. Ooh. Dad was trying to be a part of that hookup culture.
No spoilers. They'll have to listen to the episode once we post.
We're boosting intrigue. It's fine. We're boosting
the Love and Marriage series. Y'all are hearing and Lord have mercy. I was there and I couldn't even believe it. So I don't know what y'all gonna do when y'all hear it. So anyway, but just listen, as the mother.
But just don't give me none of that. Oh, well, when you stop looking, don't give me none of that BS.
That's not advice that people think helps, but it doesn't.
Is BS Brussels sprouts?
Brussels sprouts. Don't give me no Brussels sprouts. No Brussels sprouts. Just let me vent. Let me be in my feelings, in my emotions. Let me vent. Don't tell me nothing about, when you stop licking, he'll come. Oh,
write a list of the things that you want. Chelsi.
Write a list. You need to
focus on loving yourself.
Focus on you.
I'm your mama. And I ain't never told you none of that. What I say is, it's coming.
Right. Like,
that's all I say.
I can focus on myself, but also focus on my relationship and my love life. Like, I can multitask. I'm a pretty good multitasker at
You
that.
You are.
So,
and listen. Who knows?
But listen, when I do get a man, I am going to my man, y'all to death. Please know that.
We're not going to do it on the show, though. Only if it's a dating show.
My man.
Only if it's a my man dating show.
My man.
Okay.
Mom.
So let me just say this one thing. Mm-hmm. So because I used to be private, my Facebook used to be private.
I know where this is going.
But since we got TurraandCo, I had to open it up to the public. Now, everybody can see that I'm married. Like, I update my profile every year, and it 27, 28. It literally says I've been married 28 years. It ain't a typo. I literally have a picture of me and Neil hugged up. So y'all single men out there, please stop sending me friend requests on Facebook, because I'm taken. We don't play them games over here. And my husband's a big dude. So I'm going to just give y'all that. Because it keeps happening. At first, I thought it was a fluke. I was like, what is happening? Why? Mm-hmm. And it's very apparent they're single. Like, they're single men looking for somebody. You don't know me. Now, what you can do is friend the TurraandCo site. We take all friends over there. But on my personal page.
But over here.
We don't do that.
No. We don't do that.
We don't do that homewrecker side piece tomfoolery.
It's funny because I don't have a lot of men on my page.
Sneaky links. We don't do no sneaky links over here. She don't do no sneaky links over here.
Stop talking, Chelsi.
No sneaky links over here.
All right. Well, we're going to
because I have been. Listen, we're not even going to go there. I ain't no homewrecker, but
I thought you was going to be good this episode. What just happened? You was so getting on me about how I was putting you earlier. You bringing the fun, but there's a limit. Hey, there's a limit. Let's cut it right there. So listen, company. Hopefully you enjoyed this little peek into the girls' dating life, because I don't have a dating life. But single men, stop trying to friend me on Facebook on my personal account. Go over to TurraandCo. You can be over there and see what we're doing on the company site. We thank you guys for listening. We are so glad that you join us every week. Keep listening. We got more to come. We will see you on the next episode.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. We look forward to you joining us on the next episode. Until then, be inspired and enlightened.